Wilder at Mill Street. Maybe we can excuse him that one. Very good amateur, only 23, and before that he'd look to be doing absolutely everything right. He gets a little bit nervous before he goes in. Danny Williams. It's his 23rd birthday. He's in the red trunks here, up against Warren Pierre, who is weighing nearly 2.5 stone less. 17 stone, Williams, 14.8. Pierre, who fought only last weekend and lost to the former ABA champion Kelly Oliver in Manchester. He's put on half a stone since then.
That's right, that's a lot to put on. So you wonder if maybe a few celebrations after last week, even though he lost. I think he was happy to go the distance with Kelly Oliver.
So Williams here will be looking to show us that he really does have some electric talent. Good combination from him there. He'll want to look a good deal sharper than he did at Mill Street.
Yes, and he's much the bigger man, and he's going to have a big advantage in punching power. This is a tough job because Pierre's the sort of fighter who comes and tries to make a fight, but he's going to be right there in front of Danny Williams.
You used to manage this John Pierre, didn't you?
Well, my trainer used to, Alan Walker used to. He's a nice guy from my area.
He's not really called John Pierre. There's a story there, isn't there?
His real name is Warren Pierre. Early in his career, it's called Jean Pierre.
Jean Pierre.
He thought it was catchy.
Caught with the right hand there. Clubbing right hand. Williams looks as if he might mean business.
Yes, he looks altogether more focused than he did for his last outing, where he wasn't in his best form that night.
I must say, before that, both Glenn and I and Barry McGuigan had been highly impressed and felt that he might be a heavyweight who could go places. That's a really nice, stiff doubling up of the jab from Williams. Getting in with the body shots as well. Pierre is nothing more than a journeyman. It should be said, just 3 wins and 13 defeats on his record, so has to be put in context. But Williams is entitled to these kind of opponents this early in his career.
And Williams having it all his own way. Pierre's got to try and do some, got to try and just mess Williams about a little. There's very little coming back from Pierre.
Good left hook in there again from Williams, who is trained by Jimmy Tibbs. Certainly will be feeling the weight of these shots, giving away the 2.5 stone, Pierre. Good opening round this by Danny Williams.
Yes, he's looked impressive. I think he feels the more confident. He's a heavier man, and he's doing his thing, but there was very little coming back from Pierre to really put Williams off.
And the incentives, of course, are massive for any young heavyweight, because there's mega money out there if you go places. Paul in Bethnal Green, this is the man facing Danny Williams, John Pierre, as he calls himself, from Newcastle.
But he didn't really do little to stop the good work of Williams, who was landing well inside and just seemed to get into his rhythm very early, and that was a good right hand.
Round 2.
Second round, Williams in the red, the heavyweight prospect from Brixton, in his 5th professional fight. 3 of his 4 wins before this have come inside the distance against Vance Idioms in 2, Joey Palladino in 1, and Slick Miller also in the first round.
He's really ramrodding that jab in, Danny Williams. And I think that's really taken a lot out of Pierre.
Good jab again by Williams. British heavyweight division in pretty healthy state just at the moment, with Scott Welsh improving, Henry Akinwande just having picked up the WBO title. Well done to him. Frank Bruno's talking of a comeback, of course. Herbie Hyde's back in the picture, or maybe soon, though he needs to improve on last week's performance. Danny Williams, in a year or two's time, will hope to be moving into that kind of league. Long way to go yet.
Yes, certainly. He's got a little bit of time in his hands and really just needs to get the experience, spar with lots of different fighters, and just build his credibility.
and sharp behind the jab, Williams. And,
Pierre's a tough guy. He'll try and stand up to as much as he possibly can here.
Well, you should know you were very close to him. Fascinated by this sort of French John Pierre bit. Is that right? You used to have him coming in the ring with bags of onions and a striped t-shirt and a bloke with an accordion or something?
No, we never really got quite as far as that, but it wasn't down on the plans.
I'm glad they never got off the drawing board.
Yeah, still just waiting a bit. He's allowing Williams to get off first and unload his punches.
Just like to see Williams following with some combination punches after that jab, but he does look sharp and he's got the range all right. Got a big heart though, this John Pierre.
Yes, and this is what he's going to do. He's going to try and rough him up a little bit, put him out of his style. It's crude, but it could be effective for Pierre.
Takes a bit of stopping too. Only the former Olympic medalist Richard Bango, Nigerian, who was over here for a while, has stopped him. So Williams, although he's got a big weight advantage, does have a durable opponent in front of him here. Tibbs in the corner there doing the talking with Frank Black, with Danny Williams, who was a bronze medalist in the Commonwealth Games in Vancouver in 1994.
10 seconds.
Yes, and he's well schooled. You see, he puts his punches together well now, but he's a stubborn sort of fighter, Pierre, and he'll try and push him as much as he can, but Williams has the jab to control things the way he should.
Williams, Danny Williams, on his 23rd birthday in the red trunks. Just looking back at that amateur record, though he fought in European and World Championships, he never got beyond the ABA quarterfinals in 4 starts. That is a bit of a turn-up. Following in well with the right hand this time. So this John Pierre is a resilient character. Taking a little look at the referee there. I don't know if he was unhappy with something that went on inside.
Pierre doing well to be pushing Williams onto the back foot. Williams should be making more of this, more of his strength, and starting to push Pierre around.
I think the important thing for Williams here too is not to get discouraged or frustrated, to keep his work nice and sharp. It's important for a heavyweight like him trying to make an impression that he gets people talking about him.
That's right, often it can be a mistake. Heavyweights often rely on the punch, and when they don't get the punch on, they start to get frustrated and neglect their boxing. That's a trap Williams can't fall into.
I must say, I hope personally he does make progress. We need good young heavyweights coming through. Important for the future of the sport.
A good jab there from Pierre. He's put up a stubborn performance.
Getting his gloves up well, Pierre, to block most of these punches. Nice stuff again, that from Williams. A right hand and a left uppercut inside from him. Having things much his own way, but not showing too many signs that he's able to get John Pierre out of there.
That's right, he's not really shown a great deal of strength because he's been pushed around the ring a little bit for a man so much lighter. I think Williams has got it now. He's got to go for broke a little bit, I think, to get a guy like this out of the way. He's got to throw a lot of punches and just keep them coming.
Very sharp with that jab and then right hand. Has been all night, Williams. And if he could force the stoppage here, it would be a pretty good win. But is he going to be taken the longer route and become foiled and frustrated? Danny Williams. He's a very religious man, reads the Bible. Approachable, intelligent. Meanwhile, backstage, there's Paul Scrap Iron Ryan. He was on the verge of a world title shot after his sensational win over Ross Hale not so long ago, but that defeat against Jonathan Thaxton means his very career is on the line here tonight up against Andy Holligan. Big night for him, Glenn.
It is a big night for him, and it's a very good fight. You've got two guys who can both dish it out, and both are a little suspect around the chin. So it looks like good stuff to come.
Yeah, big puncher Ryan, and you won't see Holligan taking too many backward steps either. I haven't. Second round. Meanwhile, live in the ring, Danny Williams in the red trunks, John Pierre in the black, giving a pretty honest account of himself here, though Williams will have taken everything so far.
Yes, Williams is doing this. He likes really good boxing display by Williams, but a stubborn performance from Pierre, who's pushing forward and just trying to upset the bigger man as much as he can. Pierre hasn't scored an inside schedule win, so you wouldn't think he really has the power to hurt Williams.
Well, Williams will have to be quick if he wants to win this one inside schedule. This is the last round of 4. It's earlier cut down from a 6-rounder. Good body shot from Williams. Nice sharp boxing. It's good jab he's got, isn't it?
Very good jab. He mixes it up quite well also, but it's a nice impressive jab. I'd just like to see him use his power a little more, stamp his authority on this fight. He's just allowing Pierre just to push him round.
I think he's got fair athleticism too, and speed for a heavy.
Certainly for a big man, he's quick. He's got a good rhythm. You see, pretty good footwork as well, and it looks a good quality performer.
Clubbing right caught him there. Was the real tests are ahead for Danny Williams, but this looks like being a runaway points win. Like so many others, he's been unable to stop Pierre. Pretty hard to do that, to be honest with you, when it is only 4 rounds available to you.
And good punches coming in from Williams there. Pierre, he's solid. He's soaking them up quite well.
Just breathing a little heavily, Pierre, but still quite willing to walk in and try to take the fight to Williams.
You just wonder if this will sort of sap his confidence a little bit. This could be the second time he goes the distance, and you know, sometimes that takes it out of a heavyweight. They start to think they just have to hit people and they go down.
Having said that, he's looked a whole lot better tonight than he did in that performance against James Wilder. That was really lackluster stuff. At least his boxing skills have been pretty sharp here. Well, it's Williams who wins it. The result was a formality, really. He must have won every round. It's hard to come to too many judgments about him, but I must say I like his speed, I like his jab. He looks pretty well conditioned heavyweight, but I think we don't know what he's going to be like under pressure.
Fights. And also we need to see him going for a longer distance fights as well. It's still very much, it's just 4 rounders. He can't show us that much. He needs a bit more time. But certainly he's developing well, and he's a good prospect.
Points winner here, making it 5 out of 5 for Danny Williams. And is he going places? We don't know yet, but we think he's got some talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 4 rounds of boxing, the referee scorecard reads John Pierre 38 points, Danny Williams 40 points, the winner, Danny Williams.
The referee giving all 4 rounds to Danny Williams, as Glenn and I did, and he remains unbeaten.